it's just like
live.
You took thumbnail? Go on now.
You're on live right now.
Yeah,
However,
go on live.
okay, something happened, and oh, there we go. We can see it now. We can see the Milky Way galaxy, and you are building a live.
Error.
Does not compute. Can you move that set just a little bit towards you? Without it falling. There you go. Do not touch it again. It might actually fall down. Are we live? Is this thing on?
This is like the closest we can go.
Okay, there's nobody in the chat, which is pretty cool. All right, so
okay,
we can do all the PSAs without anything else. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Let everyone know about everything that you need to say. And we have us. Hello, hi everyone. The chat is on now. We were gonna say
we missed our one shot.
Yes, we had the one shot when nobody was commenting. Just to say quickly, make sure you follow them on the right socials. Make sure you subscribe on everything on there. The link tree works. The website works. That's how you know what we are on. So you're not following fake accounts or people pretending to be Kevin. Kevin is goated. Hi, Natalie. Hello. How's it going? We are well. I also live in Delaware. 302 proud. Okay, love that. Delaware is represented in the chat.
I have some news.
Okay, yeah, so the Snapchat already coming up. Okay, as you can imagine, yeah, so we have some who have added back and friended and are saying you did not write back. Yes, as of right now, it is tough just to get a chance to write to everyone back. I think people were expecting to have Kevin on there and they're happy, but also we are getting an influx of messages all at once, so it's just going to take a little bit. That is great. We do want everyone to be able to reach out, and I think a lot of requests were just to make sure that it is really him, and that always ties back to what I was talking about, to make sure that you are following him on the right platforms, not just the right channel, but also the right account. So the right platform like Snapchat, if you're following him on TikTok or Instagram. And going to the website is a great way. The only place you can get merch, but also a great way to make sure. Nope, this is not a shameless plug for merch, but it's the only way you can make sure that the links work. So on the website, we have all of the links to the socials. Although I didn't put Snapchat up there yet, but it is on the link tree. All right. Now that we're done with all of that, so to kind of circle back to the answer, it has been wonderful to see the outpouring and everybody trying to make sure that it is Kevin on there, and he is doing his snaps. So if you haven't, go on there as well, follow him, all of the good stuff. Baby Ronaldo says, you tell him I said hi, please. Right now, I just did.
Hello. One way that you can know it's me. Every snap video should at least have me saying snap.
Yes, but what if somebody takes your video and then they upload it on their account, which has already happened. So if you're wondering, I know I'm going to get the comment no one asked, but suppose you're sitting there and you're wondering, why are you going on different platforms?
Hold on, K-Dad. I'm going to ask. Why should I be going on different platforms? That's your weird way.
Because there are already... Hi, Jin. Thanks for joining us. Because there are already... And in our description, you can already say, hey, the Tootsies already beat us to it. And they took... they already have a lot of our content on there. And if you are unaware, what they were doing is just, for example, taking this video, going to a platform where we're not, pretending to be him, loading it up and benefiting from all of that and exploiting, pretending to be Kevin. And it's been happening on many platforms. And as we have been kind of going behind and catching up and either, removing them or whatever the case may be, or just telling everyone that it's not us and opening up our new accounts. And that's also caused a lot of backlash because there's an entire Tootsie gang or a group of people that obviously are upset by that, and so we're getting backlash in various forms, but that's all behind the scenes. So the idea is, even when we went there, it's like, whoa, A lot of people can't believe it. They're like, okay, these guys are already sending your videos pretending to be you, and now you're on here. You're the real Kevin, and you can actually send me a snap right now, not just some portions. And we have been doing that, and so people do know. Now, if you get a chance and you haven't, I know a lot of people are saying they have, please do subscribe on YouTube as well. Let's get Kevin to 100K subscribers. And everybody's saying it's so not cool. I know it's unfortunate that it's happened to Kevin. Um, and that entire network is just set up 100%. They have vowed to always and forever try and bring down his accounts. Adam plays 56. Thank you so much for your super thanks. Love
We're
it.
talking about gaming. More
All right.
specifically.
He's switching the topic. All right, we're switching the topic. That's enough of me talking about what has been happening. But we haven't really talked that much on YouTube to let everyone know. And you see some of the comments. Yes, we are kind of filtering them out. But a lot of the negative comments are actually moving over to this platform as well, if you haven't seen them on the video. So it's a lot of time and effort just to get rid of those.
And they're not even getting us to 100K.
I know, but it's it's a lot of those same bullying, and if you haven't seen the effects that can do, and like here's this guy, just let me pin him. So these are probably actually, part of the gang and part of the Tootsies talking about, oh, you're falling off, this is not happening. And Adam plays. I pinned your comment, of course, now. You're welcome. So we also did find out, what's the correct term so that we don't get in trouble? Allegedly, that it's not just random actors. They are all placed together and coordinated to do this, to all of Kevin's accounts. So that's what I mean when I say there are a lot of behind the scenes things going on. Yes, that's sad that people are being mean. We love you, Kevin. Keep doing what you're doing. And thank you so much. So we are spending some time, just dealing with those kind of situations. And then we don't want to overshadow that. So sometimes I mention it, but that's a behind the scenes kind of thing. What we want to focus on is all the amazing support and everyone else that is here to support Kevin. But we do talk about this sometimes because bullying is real. Discrimination against disabilities is real. Mistreatment. All of these things are real things that we encounter on an everyday basis. And so it's also just to raise awareness. Of course, our channels are always about life with osteogenesis imperfecta, which is also brittle bones disease. That's why, as you can imagine, many of those comments are extremely hurtful. Not just to us, but to everyone else facing these kinds of difficulties. And as you can tell, there's so much about it, but it's true. Bullying of every kind has so many effects. And I'm going to pin, well, I don't know. I don't want to call you out. I'm just going to read it. I get bullied at school and it's hard to ignore it. And I feel for you. I can't even tell you. I don't even think there's real advice, good advice there. It's tough.
I mean, you can't just say like, oh,
you can't
kids
because
will be kids. Just avoid it.
It's tough because that's what you're gonna get. This is the
say.
And this is the advice you're gonna get. We've dealt with bullying. I'm gonna talk about that because this is a very very important topic for us. So first thing you're gonna say is go talk to someone. As soon as you talk to an adult or somebody gets involved, it even gets worse, because then the kids will tease you more so afterwards. Then if you talk to counselors and everybody, they think that going in front of a classroom and saying, hey, don't, just like we have been kind of doing, saying, don't bully Kevin. Guess what happens? Now, instead of 1,000 bullies online, it became hundreds of thousands. Adam plays saying, I have to go, but I hope everything works out. Thank you so much. We will be on, of course, more and more, but we do appreciate all the time you spent with us. That is amazing.
Also,
yeah, so it's
sometimes
you go ahead.
You get to say just oh, kids will be kids.
Exactly.
This isn't something. I'm sorry, but this isn't a situation where kids will be kids goes into play. Your child is bullying another child, another person. So what if he has disabilities? Maybe he doesn't have disabilities. Maybe he's going through something. You shouldn't be there attacking that child.
Period. And that's the other
Also,
thing. No, go ahead, Kevin, but tell us.
You shouldn't let your children just do that and say, "Oh, boys will be boys."
Or worse off, even if you try and talk to another adult, sometimes we've encountered this where the adult is actually backing up that particular bully. Like, oh, okay, that's fine. My kid needs to be, I see this comment too. Well, Kevin, if someone bullies you, it's just because someone is jealous of you. They weren't so awesome as you. Just know Jesus loves everyone. I get that, but okay.
I mean, I understand.
But on real day-to-day life, if you have to go and deal with someone in school, at work, whatever your setting may be, at the hospital, I mean, it's a good thought, but bullying takes many forms that you can't just say, oh, okay, they're jealous of me. I mean, I get it, but it's more serious than that. And I think when we say things like that, we have gotten a ton of suggestions in the beginning saying, oh, well, Kevin, the bullies are just trying to be like you, take it as a compliment. And it turned out, just like we said, it wasn't, because all the bullies were profiting off of him, making fun of him, and trying to turn him into things that he is not. And if you can tell on our videos, even when you look at our comments or even in the lives and the streams, they keep coming in high numbers and just want to perpetuate that. And bullying can be physical as well, but it's also psychological. And they try and tear you down to kind of push you in a mindset where you start believing those things. And that's why they create all these bot accounts. Now, for us, it was a special twist on it because that gang was also profiting off of Kevin, pretending to be him, and they had all these accounts set up, and they were running all of that to actually profit monetarily and keep the bullying and keep the abuse and push him down. And once we found out about that, that then they got even worse and they tried to twist it in different ways. And let me read this comment. I feel like people don't know the full extent of bullying. Trying to play it off is extremely hard knowing everyone hates you. That is exactly the sentiment that I'm trying to get across. And we know this because we have been going through it for such a long time. Now, I know on social media it's only been fairly recent that we have appeared and talked about it. And I can tell you this, from what I've seen, a ton of the creators are also kind of jumping on the trend. I hate bullying, this and this, but they don't take the time to realize it, talk about it, understand it. It's just like hashtag whatever, stop bullying, I don't like this, and then they move on. And you can see in their next video, they're kind of like doing something similar or whatever, not really paying attention to it. We have been living with it as well. I will tell Kevin, no, if you have to leave, we understand. Thank you for the time you spent with us. Have a wonderful night. We will stay on just a little bit longer. This is a subject that is extremely important to us. And also, living with osteogenesis imperfecta, which is brittle bone disease. Trying to celebrate the things you can do, and you are connecting, Kevin is connecting, and then when you have all this group that are trying to put you down, and then what if you don't have the possibilities to kind of speak out, or you have to endure it? I mean, there are so many examples, and I don't really think people are taking it seriously, just like I see on here. Bullying really sucks, and people just say it that to fit it in, but they don't know how much it actually sucks. People say they don't like bullying, but barely know how it affects people. I couldn't agree more. And all of our content and the experiences that we've been talking about, and honestly, I haven't really talked enough about it because of all the restrictions and everyone then just kind of not wanting to hear it. Like, I can even tell when we're doing streams or videos or anything, the more we turn up and talk about what our experience is like, the actual tough parts, nobody wants to listen to it. Like that's when everything just kind of like most people tune out. Just, we get the womp womp comments, so on and so forth. Um, and it's sad when you're dealing with it because you really, and I thought about it too. I've had some reach out directly. Um, I've also had some that pretended to, which is horrible, like pretending to be having the same condition or being bullied, but it's not true. They're just trying to get quotes for their channels. It's horrible. And I'm gonna read another comment. Most people bully because they have something they are unhappy about and are making and enjoy making others unhappy. I used to get bullied a lot. Some people are just cruel. Yeah, so we know the reasoning behind it. We do our Tootsie Tuesdays, which is today, usually on TikTok. Try and reach out the bullies. We've gotten some responses, but and we call all the bullies, the impersonators, everybody all together. That's who the Tootsies are. That's how we termed Tootsies. They're the ops. They're all of them put together. So we have various versions, but this is not about explaining Tootsies. But that's exactly what the problem is. Bullying is so detrimental to one's actual mental health, and then it can also be physical. So we have a lot of experience with various versions of bullying in our family. And that's why I also say it's unfortunate that even when some have reached out, we thought about it and we said, well, I can't even say something like, hey, I have a solution for you, or talk to someone, um, or what's the best method? There really isn't one. And honestly, it's tough because you kind of will have to work out a path that works for you. All right, so let me read some comments too. It's like bullying is just accepted nowadays as if it's normal and okay when it's really not. It can really affect someone in a bad way. You're absolutely right. It is. It's like talk about it a little bit, touch on the subject, make sure you're firm that you're not okay with it in public, and then just kind of forget about it. And if someone such as ourselves, because there's others as well, whatever the case may be, brings it up like the fifth, 10th, 200th time, then it's just kind of like, we're sick and tired of hearing it, just move on. It's just people are going to be like that. Everything's going to be all right down the line. And then I agree with how people just should chill. Kevin is a kid, and the fact that people pick on him and make vids is horrible. How do you guys feel about people making edits of him, good or bad? You know what? If I am a firm believer, and I'm gonna stand behind my word. Okay, if you put yourself out there, you're gonna be online. There is some that you kind of have to expect, and there are some memes, and there are some videos, and some of them were playful, yes, used to kind of your advantage or making fun of certain terminology. I get that. And then it started going extreme. So one of the things is, as you know, Kevin has been, I don't know if they're ever going to actually officially say it, but the most impersonated, stolen content account on those platforms, on TikTok and on Instagram as well, and turn them into memes and whatever it may be. And none of those channels ever like even credited or said, if you want to check out the real content creator, here's a link to his channel or at. That was the first thing. The second thing is, it wasn't just some people making a meme or two. It was entire channels just set up, constantly running all his videos, whether edited or original, round the clock, just kind of saying, "Oh, I can't wait till he gives up. I can't wait till he gives up." And our response was initially, just ignore it like everyone else. Oh, okay, they're trying to be him and they can't be him and so on and so forth. Until we realized that there were a lot of levels. Like I said, one was people benefiting off of it. Two, there were those that are trying to psychologically just completely destroy it and get you to the point where you actually give up. And that's the important part that we need to stress, that their attempts are to get you to that point where you are just completely fed up with it and your view of the world darkens and you let that negativity in. Unfortunately, okay, I'm gonna sleep. 2:45. Okay, I'm sending positive and happy vibes. All right, we will be on a lot more. This is a subject we're going to talk about um, a lot. Have a wonderful night. We will see you soon. All right, let me read something else. I really hope these bullies stop because they think it's funny, but it's simply just not. I've been through it. It sucks. All that talk about you're okay and just shake it off, that stuff is so hard. Not only is it hard, I think it's counterproductive, absolutely wrong. Um, and I think we're going about it totally in a wrong way. And the more vocal I get, I think the more there's backlash. So it's very tough for me because if you have watched our documentary on YouTube, all of that is watered down. Even like there's so much more, and there's another episode that we haven't even released, and we don't think we will because of just some of the things we mentioned about the other platforms, and the very next day we already had backlash on it. And I mean, like serious, not just comments from people. Like I can't really get into detail, but it's if you've known, we've had so many problems with the account, and that just continues. And I think the more you talk about these tough subjects, the more people don't want to hear it. And the thing that they want to hear is, oh, Kevin's fine, he knows those comments don't mean anything and they're just coming from a hurtful place and you're just ignoring it. And meanwhile, I'm sitting back there like, is this really what we're supposed to teach children who are being bullied? You know, you have to be tougher. No, it's not. And I'm gonna read a comment. Bullying is very mean, and different people can take it very differently. Some people try to hide their emotions while getting bullied, and that makes it hard for the person getting bullied. Of course. And like, look at this guy. These are the same people that come in talking about these comments. I'm gonna take him off. Just saying things like, "I just erased right now." That's why a lot of people don't read the comments. Okay, so um, one of the things that I don't like, and you're absolutely right, there are certain ways, um, but when we turned the comments off, it was a flood of all kinds of videos of they can't take it, this is so wrong, I wrote that, I'm exposing them, so on and so forth. When we turned the comments on, we were the worst parents. Why would we let the comments on? That's horrible. And so that's what I'm saying. And then when they took the accounts and you're looking at other content creators of similar things, the extent to what Kevin has been put through and us as parents and channel administrators and creators and all that stuff, it has been absolutely overwhelming. Like there's no comparison. Everyone else is here and what they get, and we are like right there. I love how he doesn't back down to all of the haters and how Kevin just rises above the bullying. I hope you guys know how many people you inspire. We do. Jake edits. That's why we are on here, and that's why we talk about it so much about the support. And I know Kevin, his example is going to keep going. Um, One thing that I will say from those that keep downplaying the bullying, one thing they are right. The more and all that hatred that it causes and the bullying that you see, that means that's how many people are getting touched and they're realizing certain things. And I think Kevin is really going to bring about change in this setting and bringing awareness for osteogenesis imperfecta, which we have already seen. It's been absolutely overwhelming. If you're putting out your story in the chat, don't get offended if I read it. If you don't want me to read it, I mean, it's out there, anybody can. But I get bullied all the time because I'm hyper and they call me weird. But please tell Kevin how much I love his content and how much I believe he can be one of the best content creators. Colleen, thank you so much. We believe in you, definitely, and in what you are saying. It is definitely tough for us too because you see segments on the camera and oftentimes it gets us down. However, I must say one thing, and I think that shines through any video. Kevin has always been the most positive out of all of us in the family, and he is absolutely not immune to it, but you're absolutely right. It's like he rises above it, and I think that can be um, a great inspiration. But that doesn't downplay the fact of how hurtful it is if you don't have certain support systems. Dude, he's a great kid. People don't need to be bullied because they are different from other people. I feel bad for you guys, and he's inspiring me to keep going and forget about bullying. Well, one of the things is, thank you so much for that comment. And one of the things that we are happy about um, is that there actually have been bullies that have kind of turned around. I don't want to point out any one person, but we've had examples where, they were constantly doing that and then finally realized what OI really means, or brittle bone disease, and what it entails. And we've enlightened them in a way or had them change because of our example. Now, if that change is temporary or permanent or it leads to good, I don't know. But if we can change some hearts, we're all for it. And if they can become true Cavengers, that is absolutely wonderful. And I'm gonna read this too. Sometimes I get in trouble because I have ADHD and I always need to move. I think that people should treat everyone with the same respect, and I love Kevin because he doesn't give up. Kevin is awesome. If you need to, yes, use Kevin as an example. We get that too. It's like, oh, why is he using his toes? Why does he move? Why does he make these movements? First, it was he's faking his illness, which is just absolutely heartbreaking, like horrible people. Then it was everything he does is scripted. Then it was, you're using your child and for clout or money or whatever, and it was the exact same bullies that were taking the content and then running it on their setup. We didn't have any idea on how most of that social media works, and we shouldn't have said that. But in the beginning, when we Bemi Blocks, Kevin Bemi Blocks says hi. All right, there you go. Special, absolutely special
Hello,
guest.
Demi! How are you? It was fun playing with you today. I'm super happy that I was able to give you that unit brand new.
He's editing. He's saying, "I'm editing the video right now."
Woohoo! I'm gonna be the first one watching it tomorrow.
Yeah, so
I'm still super happy.
I'm gonna let Kevin take over, talk about the gaming and all that stuff.
So, a few things. First, I've read everybody's comments. I have applied for partner. Wish me luck with that.
Wish him luck. If somebody's out there, yes, he's trying to make partner on Toilet Tower Defense.
Second, as you may or may not know, I forget exactly. Oh no, I remember exactly which video it was. It was where I got scammed. Bemi, being the nice person that he is. Also, hello Bemi, I love your content. One of my favorite content creators. I'm just gonna add that. You commented on my video. You sent me a friend request. I'm super happy that we were able to be friends. I met you a few times. I don't know if you've seen, but in one of my more recent videos, I actually did play with you a bit. You said you were recording. You went off to find the mace, I think it was. I guess you would never know I was recording that day. Well, now you do. But I heard that you got the ultimate.
Kevin, I love your soliloquies.
Thank you. I heard that you got the ultimate. Obviously you borrowed it. Wow. I can't believe it got you to like wave 90 something, if I remember correctly. That was insane. But I saw that you didn't have the new Godly, and I'm glad that I could give it to you so you could showcase it for a video.
I have to admit, I have no idea what you two are talking about, but that's great. I love it. That was my little 2 cents in there. I did know about you on TikTok before you knew about me. So believe it or not, I was a fan of Kevin first, laughing out loud. Lol, laughing emoji.
Here's a funny story. I know that I did talk about this a bit before, but maybe you didn't see it when we were in the game. I met you one day. You signed my unit. You signed the legendary car cameraman. I've held on to that unit for such a long time. I'm also sad that you did lose partner, but I understand you wanting to go to different games. It's all fine. Still, I cannot believe that we're friends. Like, I watch you a lot. You're one of the Toilet Tower Defense channels that I really watch. Of course, I have to watch other ones as well.
There you go. Honest Kevin. I love it. I'll always talk to just.
But just knowing that we're friends is like mind blowing. And I'm gonna be honest, I can't wait to see myself tomorrow on the big screen next to you. It's gonna be amazing.
That is going to be super cool. All right, we are going to be on for another 4 minutes roughly.
Okie dokie.
It is getting up to that hour. So thank you so much for being on.
Yes, thank you very much for joining.
Yes, that is amazing. So I will read out a comment. No, go ahead.
One more thing.
Yes.
I don't know if you're still on or not, but maybe we could play a match in Toilet Tower Defense someday. I don't know. You can obviously chat with me on Roblox if you ever have time. But again, it was nice meeting you.
Yes, you guys figure that out. Also, while I get this chance, sometimes whether it's on this platform or other platforms, there are some content creators that want to just kind of join. We don't join on the spot without talking about it beforehand. So we are not completely against it, but we would have to set it up beforehand and just kind of communicate a little bit. Just wanted to get that out there because we have gotten some comments saying, oh, well, they don't want to let you in on the chat, so on and so forth. That is not the case, but for obvious reasons, we want to make sure that we know who's going to be on and what we're going to talk about beforehand, not just kind of on the spot. It is sad that it's that way because if you remember, back in the early days, we used to just call out and go back and forth. We were introducing the whole idea of if you go on live, talk to everyone, and because of all the tootsies, they didn't like that, so they kind of messed up that content. But slowly, it's going to go back to that. Jake Edits asking, Kevin, I don't play that much Roblox. Is there anything else you play?
No, not really.
I see some comments. If it's your birthday, happy birthday to everyone.
Happy birthday!
All right. All right, good. Sunflower, all that. Thanks everyone for watching. Yes, he's definitely in shock. I know we talk about some very serious subjects and try and move on about everything else. If you are, bye, Kevin, Bemi Blocks.
Bye. Have a great day. Have a great night, actually.
And for those that are just watching, we're gonna leave in a couple minutes. But for those that are watching and are dealing with a lot of the bullying and things we talked about before, I have no simple answer. Ours has always been, Kevin's positive, but it's still a struggle. I just say, kind of focus on the fact that at some point it will get better. But while you do that, find kind of a way. I've heard some comments saying, I don't talk back to him. I kind of ignore it, and because it makes it worse. Whatever the method you can find, quote unquote, to get through and kind of carve out a little bit of safe space. Now, if that means kind of, figuring out you stay, I will tell you from my own example, I figured out a way to do, I joined when for me it was happening kind of extracurriculars just to get that extra buffer zone and time to not, to avoid it. Because going head on can work sometimes, but sometimes it doesn't. All right, we will talk a lot more about that on certain streams if you want to discuss that more. And we will talk about gaming and, of course, everything else.
Also, wish me luck with getting partner if you want to.
The most important thing, yes.
Who knows? Maybe I will do like a live stream, maybe signing units.
Oh, yeah, that would be amazing.
If I do get it. Not entirely sure. But don't forget to have a great night. I love you all. And here's some South Home Avenger hugs.
Bye. See you soon.